everyone, welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in again. As I mentioned in my last proper main channel video, I wanted to start touching on other subjects I really just wanted to kind of share my thoughts on, and today I'm going to be talking about YouTube culture. And I know I'm about 2 years late to this whole thing, but I think when this whole kind of thing came out, I didn't have a channel, and then obviously a year later I did have a channel, but it's just something that I've always wanted to talk about, and I think I'm just obviously finally getting around to it, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on it with you. And yeah, that's kind of what I want to do in this. I don't know how long I'm going to be rambling for, so this might be broken up into a series. There are like about 6 main points that I have, so I might break this up over the week. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to filming this, and I hope that you'll understand where I'm coming from. And I just want to put a disclaimer out there: this isn't to like bash YouTube or any YouTubers or any viewers out there. It's just kind of my thoughts on the whole thing. And yeah, so I've actually got everything somewhat noted down in this notebook of mine, which I use for blogging. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to go through my thoughts. So my first kind of subheading is this idea of image versus reality, which I think is so easily kind of forgotten about. On a daily basis, not even just YouTube alone, we're like bombarded with images in the media, and it's so easy to kind of take the image as reality, instead of actually realizing that at times it's an illusion and it's not a complete portrayal of the true thing. So when it comes to YouTube, it's really easy for us as viewers. I'm speaking as a viewer because I don't know. I am a creator, but I don't think I call myself a YouTube. I don't know. Not a proper YouTuber. I still kind of like to think of myself as a viewer. And this idea of like what you see isn't necessarily what you might get, because I'm obviously presenting, as I sit here and speak to you right now, a filtered version of myself. Like, obviously I'm just talking to a camera, so I've also written stuff down, so this isn't just me like straight off the cuff what I'd be like if I was talking to my friends about this, or my family, or like a stranger on the street. So it's really important to understand that you are looking at a screen. I'm not there with you. We are not actually having like this conversation. It's kind of this illusion that we are, I guess, which is in some ways is amazing, but it's really important that we kind of understand that this version of myself that I'm putting out there isn't the whole me. I'm not trying to say that anyone on YouTube is like that. There are people who are fake out there, that some people are just completely pretending, because honestly I don't know, and I'm trying to just let you understand that what I'm doing right now isn't like completely me. Like, I've put on makeup to film this video, I've contoured, I've highlighted, I've drawn in my eyebrows, I've put on mascara, and I put on lipstick. This is kind of an edited version of me, and I've kind of put on a Instagram filter, and I'm probably going to edit through this and cut some bits out. So this isn't me in my entirety, and I think it's really important for people to just kind of remember that, because obviously I think many people are aware. It's just easy to forget sometimes. I'm probably just going to be showing you like the best bits of my life, like the highlights. I'm less likely to start vlogging when a crisis has happened, or if I'm feeling down, or if I'm unsure about something, because I doubt anyone would want to see that, first of all, and I prefer to share happier and higher moments of my life with you. So it's important to realise that not even in my vlogs specifically, because I'm not living a glamorous life or anything. I'm literally just at uni, just kind of doing what a student would do. It's so easy to watch other YouTubers and think, you know, that they're happy, bubbly people all the time, which I'm sure most of them are, and you know, they're really smiley and charismatic and lovely people, but we all have our low days. I may come across as quite confident, and I don't know if I come across as quite bubbly or anything, but I'm not like this all the time. Sometimes I have anxious moments, sometimes, you know, I'm not as dolled up, I'm not feeling as great, but it's not something I would necessarily document and then post. In my vlogs you have seen me without makeup after I've just gotten up or whatever, but I don't feel like I've ever really vlogged myself when I'm in a bad mood or anything. For example, I didn't post or film for the last day of Falmouth coming back because we missed our train and I was in such a bad mood, and I did not want to vlog or put it up or remember that any of that happened, and we were delayed by like 2 hours because of it, and we had to get fined and pay for our train tickets because we missed the other one, and it was really expensive, and it's just not something I was happy about at the time. I wanted to kind of share. So even though Falmouth looks like it was an amazing time, which it was, I mean, it didn't end the best. So that's just an example there. Another thing I'd like to just mention is that even though I do share part of my life with you on here and on social media, you don't actually know me, and I also don't know you guys, and I also don't know some of the YouTubers I watch. Well, I guess all of them really, because I don't really know any of them. It's not the same as my friend knowing me, even though I do like to share some things with you on here. It's just not quite the same. You don't know me in my entirety. So it's just quite important that you realise that, and even there are some people in your life that you interact with on a daily basis that you don't know fully, because, you know, we all have walls up, we all kind of try and hide our insecurities. So just because you think you may know, you don't actually in reality. And in relation to that kind of idea that you don't completely know someone, it's really easy to put YouTubers on a pedestal, and, you know, create this kind of celebrity-like culture around them. But it's important to realise that we are all inherently flawed. We all have our issues, our secrets, our problems, and we're all human at the end of the day. It's really important that you remember that about YouTubers, because I feel like it's so easy to forget. Like, an example, I think I like to watch Alfie Days' vlogging channel, and he's a daily vlogger, and obviously he'll go through some patches where he won't upload as often, and sometimes you can just like see the kind of hate he gets and the comments that he gets for not doing that. But at the same time, you know, he's human, things come up, things happen, and even though he's said or tried to dedicate to a schedule, things come up, and sometimes things are just out of our control, and it's really important that we remember that, because it's so easy to just be like, okay, every single day I'm gonna get a video because they've said that's gonna happen, and that's what happens. But, you know, sometimes we have off days, and it's completely fine and normal, and I feel like there just needs to be a bit more understanding sometimes on that part. And finally, I just think it's important for you to realise that what you see here is kind of like a projection of what I want you to see. I probably kind of touched on this before, but, you know, my room is a mess at the minute. Like, I'm not going to show you that obviously, but my bed isn't made, there's clothes over there, there's a pen there, there's shoes on the floor, there's glass on the floor, there's a pillow on the floor, there's tissue on the floor, there's a pencil case, a box, a ruler, like everything's just in a mess. But I'm obviously not showing you that, and you're probably not even thinking about that or worrying about that. But it's important that you realise what you see isn't always what you get. And again, I'm not trying to say that YouTubers and all creators are just kind of fake people, and they're just kind of putting on this kind of facade and just are completely different behind closed doors. That may be the case. I'm not saying that about anyone, because I mean, I honestly wouldn't know. But yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to touch on. And I just want you to take away and realise that, you know, you need to kind of be aware of image versus reality, because it's so easy, especially in the kind of culture that we have today, to just kind of accept the image and not question the image, when in reality that's not always the case. You know, you get it in magazines with Photoshop and things like that. Things are edited, it's just the way things are nowadays, everything's edited. And it's just important that we acknowledge that and realise that, and kind of don't take everything as we see it.